Brigida now on Bounce. Lyme disease is a serious nightmare of a disease, but there are ways you can protect yourself from it. I'm here with Dr. Thomas Mather, Professor of Public Health Entomology at the University of Rhode Island. He's also the director of URI's Tick Encounter Resource Center. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
A long way. People would say you're from Rhode Island, but you have business in this area as well, right?
Well, we are in Rhode Island. We're in the center of Lyme disease risk. Maybe not so much here, but you have your own tick-borne diseases that concern you, and we'd like you to be on the lookout for the coming of Lyme disease here too. So.
Okay, all right. And you wanted to mention right off the bat, there's another kind of disease that's more prevalent to this area.
Right. So Mecklenburg County, where Charlotte is home to one of the highest incidence rates of something called Rocky Mountain spotted fever. It doesn't make sense because there's no Rocky Mountains around here,
yes.
But it just turns out, and that's transmitted by a tick, a bigger tick, the American dog tick, but that tick doesn't transmit Lyme disease. It only transmits Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Okay.
So we have to start to, as we start to protect ourselves against Lyme disease, we have to first know how to identify the ticks.
The culprit, basically.
And an important component there is to remove it and not just flush it down the toilet, because then you don't have anything to identify.
Okay.
Right? So it's really important to remove a tick with pointy tweezers, save it in a plastic bag until maybe you find our website, which has information about how to identify ticks. And then you can start to see what your risk is. If it's an American dog tick, you're more at risk for Rocky Mountain spotted fever. If it's a black-legged tick, or sometimes people call them deer ticks, then you might be at risk for Lyme disease or some other infections too.
And where are you more likely to run into a tick of this nature? Would it be just everywhere? Can it be in the woods?
Well, so in Rhode Island, we have these in people's backyards, and they're really common. Here, I think it's a little bit more common for people to find them when they're out in recreational areas, but the American dog tick can be in people's backyards or even around parking lots of shopping centers and stuff like that.
Right.
So.
Now, tell me the difference between the two.
Well, so if you had a graphic, I'm not sure we sent you, so there was one just there. This is the black-legged tick. You can see it's got a black shield and a red body, and then that is the American dog tick, and it has a white shield and a brown body.
Right.
And so there are pretty significant differences between the two. It's just people have to sort of know what they're looking for.
Right.
Most people see a tick, and they are so grossed out they just want to get it off and get rid of it.
Absolutely. That would be my first reaction. I can tell you that. The symptoms, the differences in the symptoms once you have the disease.
Yeah. So with Lyme disease, both infections cause a summertime flu-like illness, because ticks are more common in the summertime. But Lyme disease can occur throughout the year, because the adult stage tick actually becomes active after the first frost, when people think, oh, the ticks are all gone for the year.
Right.
Right. So that's another significant difference, and that's why we'd like to alert people to be on the lookout for these black-legged ticks this fall when they become active.
Course of action, because if I see one on me, first I'm going to freak out,
right.
And then secondly, I'm going to be like, where do I need to go right now to make sure I'm going to be okay?
Yeah, so we have a lot of great information about tick identification on our website, tickencounter.org.
Okay.
We also have a crowdsourced survey, so if people aren't comfortable with what they have, if they can take a nice clear picture, there's a service there that they can send it in for free, and we'll tell them what the next step should be that they should do. Talking about next steps, if you don't want to have a tick,
right.
You can wear repellent in your clothing. It's really a smart idea. My clothes, these are my clothes, but I sent them to Insect Shield in Greensboro,
right.
North Carolina, to have them treated with repellent. You can also buy clothes that are treated already. So as long as you get dressed in the morning, you can go out and be protected from tick bites. And that's something that a lot of people are like, well, I don't really like putting chemicals on my skin, so most people don't like that. But chemicals on your clothes is an easy way to protect yourself from any kind of tick that might transmit a disease.
Anything else you want to mention?
I think we covered
You've gone through the whole game. All right. For more information on how to prevent Lyme disease or Rocky Mountain spotted fever,
yeah.
You can log on to WBTV.com, look in the web extra section right on the homepage. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Brigida?
Thank you.